All right, hello everyone. This is Dr. Beata. I just wanted to come on and clarify a little bit of confusion about some of the recent posts I made and some of just what's going on in general. Because there's been so much happening at the start of this new year that I personally am celebrating with the HHS, some of the changes that are happening. So let me know in the comments if you are celebrating as well. Let me know if you have any questions as well. And I wanted to start off by saying that anything I go through today is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not medical advice. And I wanted to address some of the confusion that there was around the post that I shared about the recent changes to the childhood vaccination schedule. So for those who haven't heard, the CDC has now decreased the U.S. childhood vaccination schedule from 17 different shots or different pathogens to 11. And that translates into multiple doses of each of those. So what that means is that there was around 72 doses that children were getting throughout that schedule, and now it has decreased dramatically. So I shared an image from someone else that I found that said that it went down from 72 to 11, and that is not completely accurate. So I wanted just to clear that up. And, you know, as a busy mom in the mornings, I see something come up on my feed that is aligned, that I have researched because I shared about it the day before. And, you know, mornings are busy as a mom, especially as a single mom. So I shared. And then afterwards I came back and I said, oh, this isn't completely accurate. So you may have seen my edit on that post as well. And thank you for those who, you know, commented about it as well. So let's just clarify what that means. So I did some of the math, and it really depends how the doses are given because there is a little bit of variability in it. But so when we've taken it from 17 to 11, right? When we're looking at the doses, it comes out to about 30 doses now. So that's still a huge difference and a huge decrease from 72, right? Put your hands up if you agree with me. I am super excited about that. Now, yes, I would love for there to be no recommendations and no mandates. And that is hopefully where we're heading. And I'm going to celebrate these baby steps as they're happening. So that is one of the biggest things that has happened recently. And I know many of us who have seen the vaccine injuries firsthand, who have experienced them in ourselves or in our loved ones, in our children. We are excited about this because we have been talking about this and the risks for years, some of us for decades. And I give so much credit to those who came before me who have been, again, talking about this for decades. It is now becoming something that there is a conversation ongoing with those who are willing to have that conversation. And that's something that I am really happy about because for years we have been dismissed. We have just been called outright crazy. We have been, you know, all the things. And there is validity to that. There is truth to that. And we are now being heard. Our experiences are coming to light. And we're happy because we are hopeful that we can save others from the same pain and experiences that we've went through. And if you've had, again, the experience of experiencing a vaccine injury in yourself or your loved one, I send you so much love because I know how challenging that can be. I was able to recover my daughter, and there are still some things that we're working through. And I know some haven't had as much luck, haven't had, you know, the change that they've been hoping for yet. I want to say that specifically yet. Hold hope that there is possibility for you as well. Now, on that topic, I did a whole masterclass section on that. If you'd like it, go ahead and just put vaccine in the comments. I tried setting it up so that YouTube video would link. I don't know if it is or not. So if you'd like that vaccine masterclass specifically, go ahead and just let me know in the comments. Now, the other changes that have been happening with the HHS as well that are exciting. Today, I just saw that there are new dietary guidelines out. And this is all about real food, okay? Real food is now being recommended, and it almost looks like the whole food pyramid was turned upside down. And what they're recommending are meat, dairy, right? Natural fats, natural proteins, fruits and vegetables, and then grains are literally at the bottom of the food pyramid now, which I completely agree with. And I know there are some of you out there who don't, and you've already, shared some of those comments, and that's okay. I agree to disagree with you because of my personal experience and professional experience, especially with animal foods, especially with fat, with protein. And there is, again, a whole masterclass that I have on that, the Gut Health and Digestion Masterclass, and lots of other resources as well. Because, again, there are those who I have worked with who were vegan or vegetarian and actually saw a lot of health challenges and health deterioration because of it through the years. When we look at food, right, animal products are nourishing, fruits and vegetables are detoxifying. Yes, we want a ideal balance of both. That is what we're striving for. However, when we only do fruits and vegetables, so a highly vegetarian or vegan diet for a long period of time, what happens is we get malnutrition, especially if you're not eating enough fat. We get essentially a deterioration of things like teeth. So one of my dear friends that I actually did a podcast interview with, shared her story about literally losing her teeth when she was vegan. Her health was horrible. And she transitioned to a diet that is very similar to what the HHS is now recommending, and something that I professionally and personally have been working with for decades. And seeing the difference in the health, the radiance, the resilience that our bodies respond to that. Now, again, those who are interested in that, go ahead and just comment vegan in the comments and I'll get you that link to the podcast episode. And know that there are challenges, right, to that, especially if you have been vegan for a while. And maybe you know someone who is vegan or vegetarian and you're seeing them struggle with their health. I absolutely know the challenges that are with that. And again, my friend Kat that we did the podcast interview with talks about this deeply. The ethical, the moral reasons why some people are vegan or vegetarian. And I get that for sure. It is all about how you source your animal products. And that's one of the reasons why I'm such a big advocate for sourcing real food from real farms, getting to know your local farmers, getting to go out on the farm and see the animals, see how they're raised. We get our meat every year from a local farm, Cuños, in Colchester, Connecticut, and we get to visit the farm. So we see the piggies living out in the forest. We see the chickens. We see, the animals thriving. And that makes the difference, because I am not a proponent of factory farmed meat. So if you are, thinking of the moral and ethical reasons, that is something to explore and visit the farms, see how the animals are living. Now, the other post that I made was actually a response to something that happened last year, but it's all about fluoride. And so there is research that shows that fluoride is a neurotoxin. And in many cities, it is in the water, right? In the water supply. So I shared this post from last year, and with the intention of setting it out into the universe that this is the year that we're getting fluoride out of everyone's water. Now, some states have already made these steps. They've already done the steps and they've already started the change, which is amazing. And the intention that I'm putting out there is that with all this momentum that's building up this year and all the changes and steps that are already taking place, that this is a year that it is going to be enforced from a federal level, that fluoride gets taken out of the water systems. If you have questions about that, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. Are you celebrating as well? And again, this year has come off to a fantastic start so far. And, you know, with the HHS changes, I'm very excited about them. And I'd love to hear your perspectives, what you are hoping for, what your expectations are or your intentions for this year as well. And if you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments. And I have lots of resources for you. So if you haven't yet, on my profile, there's a link for the Radiant Health Masterclass Vault. In there, I have dozens at this point of free masterclasses on various topics. So no matter what you're interested in or what your health concerns are, there's probably a masterclass ready to go for you. So go ahead, make sure to check them out. Go ahead and subscribe and follow if you're new to my page, because I know a lot of new eyes has been coming through as I've been sharing more about these changes and the progression that we are finally making in the US. So let me know what's on your mind, what your thoughts are, and I will see you guys next time.